I just want to say I'm sorry for not putting out an episode last week. It was just one of those days where you wake up, the alarm goes off, and you just don't want to get out of bed. Life's too short to not get along, to not figure out a way to coexist. I don't know who you are, who's watching this show right now. We've never met in real life, but know I love you. Know I care about you as a human being. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we didn't have an episode last week. I want to say thank you guys for all the well wishes and making sure I was all right. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've just been tired. Schoolwork, I feel, is getting a little bit more intense. Things are taking up a little bit more time, and then also trying to organize the move, which I'll give you guys all the updates on all that stuff after we get through the top 10. But I just want to say I'm sorry for not putting out an episode last week. It was just one of those days where you wake up, the alarm goes off, and you just don't want to get out of bed. And I made the decision that I was just going to take a me day, nice little mental health day, and not have to do anything except for my regular listings for eBay. And I'm really happy I did it. And thank you guys for sticking with me. I truly appreciate it. All right. Other than that, let's get into the last 2 weeks of numbers and show you guys what we made, what we flipped, how everything was going. This week we had a gross sales of $1,390, which equaled out to be a net sales of $654 for the last 2 weeks. Very average 2 weeks. As you can see, the first week that I missed was a really good sales week, and then this week was kind of like below average sales week. But our average gross per sales over the last 2 weeks was $25.74. Our average net per sale was $11.88. That equaled out to be a 47% net profit margin for the last 2 weeks, which was an average net profit margin per sale of 44%. Over the last 2 weeks, a lot of different Goodwills really climbing up the ladder for the top spot. We're getting into sports season, so we got a lot more jerseys and sports athletic things selling. So the thrift stores are really taking the top spots with those items leaving the shelves. Sunglasses holding in at number 3. Sold some China this week. Always nice to get rid of that some of the stuff from my parents' move. For the last 2 weeks, it says I spent a total of $10.06. It's actually more than that. I just haven't gotten everything I listed available yet. Cost of goods sold for the last 2 weeks was $198. I paid eBay a total of $209 in marketplace fees over the last 2 weeks. And parcel services got $329 for shipping labels out of me for the last 2 weeks. I continued on at least meeting my average of 8 listings a day. I did have one day where there was 9 in there. I don't remember specifically why I had 9. Oh, I sold something, they canceled it, and then when it relisted it marked it as a new item, so it showed up as 9 for the day. Otherwise, I maintained 8. Over the last 2 weeks, I've had 55 sales, a little bit below the average of 30 per week. Like I said, this week was a real lull week. The last week, I think I had mid-30s, and then this week was really low with like low 20s. Average time to list something in my store the last 2 weeks was 2 months. Average time to sell something in my store the last 2 weeks was 6 months. The return on investment for the last 2 weeks was 315%, and the average return on investment per sale was 635%. Jumping into the top 10, number 10 is this Green Bay Packers men's XL Reebok hoodie in white. I picked this hoodie up for $2.58 at a local Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $30.65. That was $20 for the hoodie, $10.65 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $6.34. That provided me a net return of $17.63, which was a 683% return on investment and a 58% net profit margin. Number 9, sale of the week with Halloween right around the corner. It's this vintage lot of 5 ceramic pumpkins with faces hand painted. I picked these pumpkins up from a local St. Vincent de Paul's for $2.58 for the lot of 5. They sold on eBay for $35.65. That was $27 for the pumpkins, $8.65 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship these items was $7.29. That provided me a net return of $19.85, which was a 769% return on investment and a 56% net profit margin. And it took these about 4 months to sell. Number 8 sale of the week is this Insignia ISPDD VDD VD7 portable DVD player. I picked this whole portable DVD player kit up for $3.09 at a local Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $38.99. That was $23.99 for the DVD player, monitors, and kit. and $15 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $8.15. That provided me a net return of $22.61, which is a 732% return on investment and a 58% net profit margin. Number 7 sale of the week is this Tommy Hilfiger men's medium polo color block shirt. I picked this shirt up for $2.48 at a local Goodwill. It's sold on eBay for $40.34. That was $31.48 for the shirt, $8.90 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.41. That provided me a net return of $27.11, which is a 1,093% return on investment and a 67% net profit margin. This was vintage Tommy, color block pattern, which is always good seller for Tommy, and it still had its tags on, so it was new old stock. Like, I knew this shirt was going to make a good bit of money as soon as I saw it in the thrift store. Number 6 sale of the week is this Toronto Blue Jays men's extra large Cricket Canada full zip track jacket in blue. I picked this up for $5.44 at a Goodwill in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It sold on eBay for $45.13. That was $34.98 for the jacket, $10.15 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $6.49. That provided me a net return of $27.27, which is a 501% return on investment, 60% net profit margin. Right now, athletic gear is flying off the shelf for me. Doesn't matter what sport. Even though baseball, we're coming to the end of the baseball season, it's still going good. Football stuff is still selling, is starting to sell really good, especially now that season's coming back into play. NBA stuff is selling. Sports team clothes always does really well for me. Number 5 sale of the week, something I've scaled back a lot on in the last year, is this Sony HDMI silver CD DVD player with remote. I picked this DVD player up for $3.42 at a local mom and pop thrift store. It sold on eBay for $45 even, $30 for the DVD player, $15 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $7.91. That provided me a net return of $29.27, which was an 856% return on investment and a 65% net profit margin. And I've really scaled back with doing larger electronics like VCRs and DVD players. They sell great. Anytime you get one that's working, it's going to sell super quick. The problem I've had is I've had too many of them get damaged in shipping to where I like, it's like not worth it to me to have to deal with the return process and everything like that. So I've been really scaling back on it. Now, don't get me wrong. If I find a VCR DVD combo that's in mint condition for $4, I'm picking it up every single day of the week and I'm going to sell it for $60. So, but yeah, I've scaled back. I'm not going to pick up solo DVD players. I'll still pick up VCRs because of how scarce they are. And DVD VCR combos are always a no-thinker. Number 4 sale of the last 2 weeks is the St. Louis Cardinals large, extra large, new era, authentic ear flap flex hat made out of wool. I picked this hat up for $3.75 at a local Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $47.83. That was $39.98 for the hat, $7.85 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.51. That provided me a net return of $31.27, which was an 834% return on investment and a 65% net profit margin. Number 3 sale of the week are these vintage Havilland France 8.5-inch gold rim plates, monogrammed H, white porcelain with the scalloped pattern. These came from Mom and Dad's Move. This is part of their China collection, so I got this item for free. I sold 2 of them. They sold on eBay for $52.76. That was $40.46 for the plates, $12.30 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship the item was $8.58. That provided me a net return of $35.42, which was an infinite return on investment and a 67% net profit margin. So far, out of all the China, the Havilland brand is the only thing that sold. I've got 2 other brands in there. One's I think they're both a Bavarian brand, and I haven't sold one piece out of those sets yet. They'll sell eventually, but the Havilland is that high-end China, and that stuff has been piecemealing and selling off. I'm glad I didn't sell it as a set. I'm glad I sold it individually because it is selling, and it would have got... I've already made more money by the individual pieces on the Havilland I've sold than if I would have put them in a set and sold them as a set. So, yeah, China, if you can find Havilland China, I would strongly recommend picking it up. Number 2 sale of the week is this Georgia Tech men's large Coliseum Athletics Buzz button-up baseball jersey. I picked this jersey up for $2.89 at a local Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $59.40. That was $45 even for the shirt, $14.40 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $7.79. That provided me a net return of $41.13, which is a 1,423% return on investment and a 69% net profit margin. And the number 1 sale of the week is this Green Bay Packers men's extra large Reebok Authentic NFL number 4 Brett Favre jersey. It was new with tags. I picked the jersey up for $4.17 at a local Goodwill, and it sold on eBay for $76.98. That was $67.48 for the jersey, $9.50 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.70. That provided me a net return of $57.14, which was a 1,370% return on investment and a 74% net profit margin. And that concludes our top 10 sales of the week. So the final year of college, the coursework is getting extensively harder, and it is very, very challenging. It's taking up a lot more of my time. So the way my schedule operates is Sundays are like the starting of my week. I consider this day 1 of my week. And the primary objective for the day is this right here, is doing the video, filming it, editing it, and getting it out to you guys. Monday is my designated college day. Like, I spend all day doing college work, trying to get the majority of the week, trying to get the majority of the week's worth of work done as quickly as possible on Monday as I can, leaving my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday open to do personal things, stuff for the business, sourcing, general maintenance around here, while also dealing with stuff from the move, which we'll also talk about here in a little bit and give you the updates on that. And then I do other things on the weekends, like me and my brother, we do a podcast together and do a couple things like that take up my weekend time, like Friday night and Saturday night. So I'm very busy and packed. And now college, with the college work, the course load getting way harder, it's extending way past Monday, so it's just throwing my whole schedule off. So last Sunday, I was just beat. I was just tired. I needed a mental day before I'd lose it. And I think there was a lot going on in the world last week, in the country, where I think a lot of people, we're just processing things and dealing with life and just trying to figure everything out. And which brings me to my next point. We need to show each other grace. We need to be nicer to each other. The second we stop caring about each other and don't treat each other as humans, horrible things happen. And I don't want to live in a world where people are violent to each other. Life's too short to not get along, to not figure out a way to coexist. I don't know who you are, who's watching this show right now. We've never met in real life, but know I love you. Know I care about you as a human being, and I wish you nothing but success and happiness in life. And I truly hope that everybody succeeds no matter what they do. And I thank you guys so much for being part of my journey and being here with me. And yeah, I don't know, with the way things might be, I might cut the Sunday show to bi-weekly just to for the short term, just so I can keep a little bit of sanity in my life. I don't know. I'll do it every week as much as I can, but I want to make sure when I'm getting on camera, I'm giving you the best of me, and I'm not faking it, and I'm not just throwing on a smile. And people are going to have down days, So, yeah. Moving on from that, the move. A lot of you guys asked this week, was there any updates on the move? So I think the last place we left off was I had a guy who was willing to move it, but I was waiting for him to have time and space available. About a week and a half ago, I got a call from one of the people I tried calling earlier who told me he couldn't do it and he didn't have the schedule. And he was back from Texas. He was doing a home move in Texas, and he was there for 2 months. And he was like, hey, I'm just calling to see, do you still need it done? And I'm like, yeah, I got a guy, and he knew who the guy was. And he talked to the guy, and he said he'll take it on. So as of a week and a half ago, I got a new guy who's going to move it. He sent me all the paperwork that had to be done. I have everything filled out, turned everything back into him. I'm just waiting on him to where we could schedule a date. And I'm getting nervous because winter is quickly approaching. And if this thing doesn't get moved before the winter, I am SOL. Because I have to have it off the property it's on by the new year. And if the road restrictions go on next month, so if it doesn't get moved by next month, it's not getting done this year. And then I got to work with the previous owners and see if they'll let me keep it there for the winter. I don't know. It's a stressful situation. I'm really worried about it, and I keep pestering them like, hey, can we set a date? Can we set a date? But everything will happen in time. I'm not going to stress over that. But yeah, I got the paperwork on that turned in this week, so hopefully an episode here in the next couple weeks I get to tell you it's moved, it's here. I don't know if I'll be living in it for the winter, just for the simple fact of how late in the season I'm getting it. I won't be able to probably get water out to hook up from my well to it. I won't be able to get an electrician to run electricity to it probably because everything's going to be frozen by the time I get it moved to the property. So I will be spending another winter in the camper, which is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We've lived here a couple years already, so we're going to be fine. We'll get through it. Other than that, I don't have any other big information to put out. Yeah. It's been steady. The business has been running really smoothly. Just like anything else, you're going to get out of it the effort you put into it in the last couple weeks. I just feel I haven't been putting a lot of effort into it. I've been doing the bare minimum to get done with my daily listings and that, but I haven't, gone through, done inventory, cleaned everything out, reduced everything down in the clothing and in that. So I need to spend a lot of time on that week, giving the business some TLC, getting the workspace a lot cleaner than it is. Because it's just usually like, okay, something sold, run home real quick, package it up, get it out in postal, and then go. And then if it's not that, it's, okay, I've got 3 hours. Let's take all the pictures I can in these 3 hours. So, yeah, life's just busy right now. And I'm just trying to work through it and get it done. But happy we got a video out today. Like I said, I'm gonna contemplate and mull over and see for the winter if I want to go bi-weekly on videos or not, just to give myself a break. But other than that, I think that's all I got to share with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can get inside, start editing it, and get it out to you guys as quickly as possible. Other than that, Boots and Bandit, you guys want to say hi? Come on. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Yeah? Oh, there you go. You guys say hi to everybody? Yeah, we love you. Love you too, Bandit. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining. As always, I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you guys have a great week to come. And hopefully I'll see you guys next Sunday. We'll see how I feel. Have a good one.